hope you guys have a better Easter than these people. Am I the a-hole for yelling at ungrateful family and disengaging from Easter completely? I am a 42-year-old woman with husband 45 and 3 kids. 2 adults, 22 male and 19 female, and a toddler, 3 female. I cook, clean, shop, plan, manage schedules, you name it. No one else lifts a finger, not even to wash their own dirty laundry. That sounds like my worst nightmare. But to be fair, if this is what the family was used to for years, it's not going to magically change now just because they are not kids anymore. I obviously don't expect anything from my 3-year-old, but my husband and older kids, come on. Why would anyone want to be with someone who's not helping with the chores at home? That should have been a given from the beginning of your relationship. Easter was no exception. I stayed up until midnight putting together Easter baskets. Yes, I still do them for everyone, including the adults, because that's just who I am. If you're in my home on Easter, you get a basket. My husband saw me filling them and simply said, "Okay, well, I'm going to bed. Do you need anything?" Then left me there to do everything myself. I love how he saw what was happening, acknowledged it, and still logged off for the night. To be fair, the basket for everyone, even for the adults, sound a little bit extra. If you want to do it because that's who you are, that's your choice. That being said, the husband and the older kids still should have helped you around the house. The next day, I made breakfast, handled everything for our 3-year-old, and took my 19-year-old daughter to work. Then I came home and started prepping Easter dinner and setting up the egg hunt. All while everyone else just enjoyed their day. Not one person offered to help. No one even said thank you for breakfast. Nothing. Not even a thank you for breakfast. The bar is in hell. This sounds like one of those situations when everybody got used to you doing everything. So now, if you want changes, you have to start setting expectations. My 19-year-old didn't acknowledge her basket at all. The only thing she said was, "Hey, my break is 3 hours today. Can you come get me and take me back?" Why are you still acting like your daughter's personal driver? She's an adult, she should figure it out herself. Sure, why not? It's not like it's a holiday or I'm juggling everything by myself, right? An hour before her break, she texts me saying it's chaos at work because a cat is having kittens. She works as a vet tech. I replied, "I hope everything goes okay. Are we still on for pickup at 11? I'm slammed today, so I need to know." Her response, "Just fine, not yes or no." So I asked again nicely, saying I really just need a simple answer because I've got a million things going on and I'm trying to coordinate everything. She kept dodging the question. Meanwhile, I'm in the car with my toddler sitting in the driveway waiting. Still, no clear response. I finally text again, "I'm on the way, yes or no, do you need the ride?" Why are you still texting her? Just turn off your phone and let her sort her mess. She clearly has zero respect for you and you are her mom. Again, no straight answer, just random unrelated texts. I called her and said, "I need an answer right now or I'm turning the car around. I have a ton to do today." She gave me attitude, refused the answer directly, and then hung up on me.
"Just answer the question, okay? Please don't play with me right now. Just, no, that's it, please. Let's not, please."
Next thing I know, I'm getting flooded with texts about how I'm rude and pushy and she'll just sit there since I'm being mean. I lost it. I told her she could just stay at work during her break and figure it out. She called me an and said I was overreacting. But overreacting to what? I needed a basic yes or no to give someone a ride during an already chaotic day. Her attitude is ridiculous. There is no reason to treat you like that. I feel like you are way more patient than what I would be in this situation. Later, she said she wasn't coming home for Easter dinner because of my attitude. I was livid. I called and yelled something I rarely do and told her she was acting spoiled and ungrateful. I reminded her that I do everything for her. Yeah, and that's probably one of the reasons why she turned out like this. She doesn't pay rent, doesn't help around the house, gets rides for free, and now she's skipping dinner because I asked for a simple answer. She said, "Well, I guess it's not right, but I'm not coming." I cannot really understand how can you put up with this. this. Your daughter is an ungrateful, spoiled nightmare. I told her if she wanted to keep living in this house, the least she could do was show up for a holiday dinner. My husband, who hadn't helped with a single thing all day, then turned on me. Without asking what happened, he exploded and said I was a who ruins everything for this family.
What the f?
That would be the point where I would be like, bye. What you need for Easter is to pack up your and leave. Go visit your best friend or your mother. I don't care. Just get the out of there. At that point, I lost it on him too. Now my Easter dinner is back in the freezer. My daughter is stuck at work. How interesting is that daddy doesn't want to go and pick her up, but he can yell at you and blame you when he doesn't even know the circumstances. I've told her she can figure out her own rights from now on. I'm upstairs crying while everyone else continues to do absolutely nothing. And worst of all, my toddler won't have an Easter egg hunt or a special dinner because no one else will set up and I'm too emotionally drained to keep going. Your toddler's gonna be okay. She won't remember anyway. I'm way more worried about you. The insults that's flying towards your direction sounds like they're very casual, like it's an everyday thing, and no one deserves to be treated like this. So yeah, I'm done. No dinner, no egg hunt. They can eat McDonald's. I'm not spending another second bending over backwards for people who don't appreciate me. Am I the a-hole for yelling and completely disengaging from Easter this year? Because honestly, I'm exhausted and I just can't do it anymore. You are running around for everyone, and instead of appreciation, they treat you like shit. If I were you, I'd be done too. So no, you're not the a-hole in the story at all. Am I the a-hole for not going to my parents' Easter because my sister blackballed my husband? I am the oldest of 4 siblings. My only sister is the baby and 13 years younger than me. I'm 52, she's 39. We have never been close. In fact, I moved out when I was 18 and traveled a bit, so we never really got to know each other as adults. Every time I have tried to get to know her, she wants nothing to do with it. 2 years ago, she decided that she would not attend family functions if I was there. Wait, so your sister wants to skip family functions just because you are there? Sounds like a lot of unnecessary drama. It's hard to believe she is 39 and she behaves this childish. Since my kids are grown and hers are under 12, she gets precedence from my parents. Awesome. Let's just reward bad behavior. However, this has divided the family tremendously and my adult children have stopped going since I haven't been welcome. No I wouldn't go either. Every time I would text her asking her what I did to upset her, she just ignored me. One morning, about a year ago, I woke up to a message from her saying that she doesn't need to have a reason. She just doesn't want me around.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Honestly, your sister. But I'm even more annoyed at your parents for letting her treat you this way and turning their back on you. I got very upset and started crying, which I never do. This upset my husband, who sent her a very vulgar and nasty text telling her to quit hurting my feelings. Before this, my whole family, including my sister, adored my husband. My sister took the text to my elderly parents, said that she was now frightened if my husband and me, and told her kids to call 911 if they saw either one of us. Last week, my brother, who I am very close to and currently has the youngest grandchild, told my parents that he was not attending any family functions that I was not welcome at. So a quick meeting was held with my sister, who told my parents that she is okay with me coming, but only if I do not bring my husband. Why does she get to decide who's coming and who's not? Why are your parents okay with that? It's absurd. When my mother told me this, I said I absolutely will not attend without my sweet and wonderful husband, who they all despise now since the text. My mom got upset and said that this is a starting point to healing and now the ball is finally in my court after all these years. I think this was a strategic move by my sister because she knows that my husband and I always have each other's back no matter what. Honestly, I think this is the point where you go no contact with all these You can start new traditions with your brother and everyone else who is on your side. Nobody needs this toxicity into their lives. So now I'm the bad guy for refusing to go. Should I go for just a short time and bring lots of goodies for the kids? If I do go, am I the a-hole to my awesome husband who has only tried to stand up for me to my bully sister? I feel like I can't win. There is so much dysfunction here, I can't fit in all the backstory, but will answer any questions in the comments. Thanks in advance. Nope. I definitely would not go and leave my husband behind for these people. Protect your peace and skip the drama. Go no contact if you need to. And don't compromise your marriage for people who shown they don't respect you. Edit. I know there's a ton of backstory missing, but it kept exceeding the character limit. See my comments below for some history or just ask any questions. Also, the text was awful. It called her the C word and told her that she better stop hurting me. Also, it made a reference to some extramarital BJ action on her part, which is not true. But it really upset her and my very conservative, sheltered parents. It was bad, I'm not gonna lie. I get why your husband sent that text. Your sister is a You guys absolutely need to stop wasting your energy on her or anyone else who's not on your side. Your sister is jealous of you. She hates you. Move on. You are 52 years old. Spend your time with the people who actually appreciate you and love you, like your husband and your kids. Am I the a-hole for telling my older brother that I, male 50, don't want to share a room with his son, male 23, at our mother's house during Easter weekend? Oh no, is this that type of story again? Please just go and rent a hotel room. You don't have to force yourself into uncomfortable living situations. I'm going home for Easter to see my mother who lives in Pittsburgh. I live about 3 hours away from her. Normally, I drive there on Saturday morning, stay the night, and leave after an Easter Sunday brunch. My brother, who lives in Atlanta, is coming to see her, as are his 2 sons who are in their 20s. One of his sons, my nephew, is married. He got married last June, and the other nephew is single. It's a big deal for all of us to see her since Pittsburgh isn't really near any of our homes. He has to fly in and so are his children. My mother has a 4-bedroom home and it has her room, 2 rooms with queen beds and 1 room with a twin. There is also a finished basement, but it doesn't have sleeping arrangements. A non-pull-out couch, but does have an air mattress. It sounds like there are a lot of space there. It's totally fine to ask for a private space, and if that's not possible, rent nearby. My brother told me, my 26-year-old son is married now. He's going to take the bedroom you normally sleep in with the queen with his wife. You can share the twin bedroom with my other 23-year-old son, he's my nephew. I'm taking the other queen bedroom with my wife. The arrangement itself totally makes sense. But who made your brother the boss of who sleeps where? You should get a say too. Anyway, at this point I would be out so fast like I would have never been there. Nobody with my peace. I told him that honestly I didn't want to do this. He was upset. He didn't understand why I'm making a big deal. I told him I'm 50 years old. I always slept in the same queen bed for years. His son got married last year and now it's some kind of change because they are married and I'm single. In years past, his kids would sleep in the twin bed. I'm not sure if other single people have felt this way, but it's like you are on the lower rank of the totem pole if you aren't married. For years and years, in my teens, 20s, and even 30s, I was always the guy sleeping on couches or air mattresses for others because I was the single guy. I'm the uncle now. I certainly can armchair psychologist this one and call it ego or hubris, but I'm not sleeping in a room with my nephew. I snore like a freight train and do not sleep well with others. Noises put me off. I sleep with a white noise machine. I have been sleeping alone for 30 years as a single guy. Honestly, I don't blame you. Just because you're single, it doesn't mean your comfort's supposed to be sacrificed for others. I hate that they didn't even try to talk to you. They just made the decisions expecting you to be okay with it. He is not understanding this and saying I'm being selfish. I'm not explaining back that I'm the uncle here, and I'm no longer his 18-year-old kid brother that is subjected to sleeping like this. His son and daughter-in-law can sleep in twin beds, and his 23-year-old son can use the air mattress in the basement. For sure, why is that solution is not good enough? I can see both perspectives here. I think there is something to be said about being the older uncle and treated with a bit more respect and not maligned because I'm single and not married. Added to add and causing some confusion, the bedroom with twin beds has 2 twin beds, not 1. I think OP's request is completely reasonable. That room was his for decades, and he came up with a solution that works too. If this is his request as the older uncle, he should get it. Honestly, I don't think any of the young people cares. The only person who is making a problem out of this is OP's brother. You're fine, OP. Take your room and happy Easter. Am I the a-hole for refusing to spend Easter with my parents because my mother keeps feeding my dog human food despite me clearly forbidding it? About a year ago, me and my significant other adopted a stray dog. She is still quite fearful but getting better every day. Because she used to be a stray, her teeth, digestive system and coat were in a poor shape. We managed to make it better though, hard work and a light diet. Our vet told us that as a stray she probably ate a lot of trash and scraps of salty human meals, so we should be even more careful with feeding her processed human foods than usual. If we want to treat her, we boil some safe vegetables, give her a few slices of an apple or a spoonful of sugar-free yogurt. But spicy and salty processed sausages or ham are off limits. So are heavy cheeses, sugary puddings, and other sweets, fast food, and so on. I think people who doesn't own any animals doesn't understand how meaningful what your pet is eating. I researched a ton of hours to decide what food I should purchase to my cat. Even when it's cat food specifically, it doesn't make it that obvious what to buy, because a lot of the cat food is not up to the standard I want my cat to live on. As a part of her socialization process, we visit my parents quite often. It's great, and I've always been grateful for them inviting us. However, last time we visited, my mother was in quite a mood for the entire time and actively tried to annoy me multiple times. Most of them I'd endure without batting an eye, but one thing that led to an actual fight was the fact that she fed my dog human food. Mostly pizza crust with spices and sprinkles of cheese on it, while looking me dead in the eye right after actually asking me if she can feed the dog and me saying no. Since at this point I already told her multiple times that this is not acceptable, I asked her why is she even asking me if she can feed the dog if she's gonna do it anyway. Mommy is on a power trip. She answered, because I don't agree with you. It was a very stupid answer, so I asked, does that mean she doesn't want us coming to her house? Because it kind of looks like she wants to scare us out. She then said that she won't be blackmailed by me and she will do whatever she wants. And if we don't want to visit, we don't have to. So I answered that since I'm not looking forward to watching the dog's every move, and I think she poses a threat to her health, we won't be visiting for Easter or anytime soon for that matter. To which she just barfed fine like a moody teenager, and me and my significant other left. Your mother sounds very exhausting. You told her several times what is acceptable with your dog and she decided to ignore you. In this situation, taking a break from visiting is 100% fair. I do not intend to set foot in that house until I hear a clear apology and she swears that she won't feed the dog again. As you should, bestie. Now, I'm finding out that she's deeply offended because I supposedly set restrictions on her and her alone out of spite. And if I think I will win this peeing contest, I'm dead wrong. On top of it, I know this whole situation ruined Easter for my significant other because we refused to visit his mother to make plans with my parents. My dad is also sad because we are not coming. That is a very weird hill for your mother to decide to die on. But if I were you, I would do the same. Basically, everyone's miserable because me and my mother won't budge. I mean, I wouldn't risk my cat's health either. Except I think I don't want to budge for a good reason and she is the one in the wrong. Do you think I'm right or am I actually the You are definitely not the Maybe you guys should call your partner's parents. I'm sure they would still be happy if you would go. It's no reason to ruin the holidays because your mother is being a I wish you happy Easter. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stories. If you did, please subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comments. I reply them all and see you in the next one.